Waking up in the cozy lodge on Mount Lornite, I eagerly embraced a day of skiing. The slopes offered a thrilling adventure, with powdery snow and stunning vistas. After a lively day on the mountain, I joined fellow skiers at the lodge's cafe, sharing stories by the fireplace. Exploring the lodge's amenities revealed a spa and a charming library. The evening brought a gourmet dinner, and I ended the day stargazing on the deck. The perfect blend of adventure and relaxation made my first day on Mount Lornite unforgettable. As night fell on the lodge at Mount Lornite, an eerie symphony of crashing trees and inhuman screeches filled the air. The lodge's deck offered a haunting view of the turmoil in the forest, with unsettling sounds emanating from a nearby 700-foot cliff face. Inside, guests exchanged uneasy glances, seeking refuge in the lodge's warmth. The staff reassured us, attributing the unsettling noises to natural forces. Despite the mysterious backdrop, the lodge maintained its comforting ambiance. As I settled into my room, the unsettling sounds persisted, creating a restless atmosphere. The night at Mount Lornite's lodge unfolded as a surreal blend of awe and unease, leaving unanswered questions lingering in the mountain air. In the dim moonlight on the lodge's deck, the unsettling symphony of sounds reached a chilling climax. Intrigued by the mysterious commotion, I cautiously peered into the night. Suddenly, a grotesque creature emerged from the shadows, its form illuminated in the moon's eerie glow. The creature stood tall, its silhouette a nightmarish amalgamation of sinewy limbs and gnarled features. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly intensity, capturing the darkness within its twisted form. Jagged spines adorned its back, casting ominous shadows as it moved. As the creature noticed me on the balcony, its screech intensified, sending shivers down my spine. The sound was a blend of anguish and malevolence, echoing through the mountainous terrain. The creature's movements were unsettlingly agile, each step accompanied by a disturbing contortion of its twisted anatomy. Its skin, if one could call it that, appeared mottled and scarred, revealing a history of unknown horrors. The creature's elongated limbs terminated in claws that seemed capable of tearing through anything in its path. The air was thick with an acrid scent as the creature approached, revealing its predatory intent. Frozen in terror, I watched as the creature locked eyes with me, its gaze penetrating the veil between reality and nightmare. The balcony became a stage for a macabre dance, the creature's screeches and my pounding heart forming an eerie duet. As the night unfolded, the lodge's once comforting ambiance transformed into an unsettling refuge. The creature's presence lingered in the shadows, leaving an indelible mark on the night at Mount Lornite's lodge. The symphony of the mountain had taken a dark turn, and the creature's haunting visage remained etched into my memory. The grotesque creature, its form twisted and nightmarish, abruptly broke into a demonic sprint towards me on the balcony. Its movements were a blur as it closed the distance with terrifying speed. Panic surged through me as the creature, fueled by an unknown malevolence, slammed its full weight against the cabin door, shaking the structure with each ferocious impact. The door strained under the relentless assault, groaning as if resisting the intrusion of a force beyond comprehension. Fear clenched my chest as I braced against the balcony railing, the creature's screeches now replaced by a thunderous crashing against the door. Then, as suddenly as it begun, the cacophony ceased. A haunting silence enveloped the lodge, leaving only the echoing resonance of the creature's last impact against the door. Uncertainty hung in the air as I cautiously surveyed the surroundings. Just as a false sense of relief settled, a chilling tapping commenced. It was rhythmic and deliberate, echoing from every window of the lodge. The creature, it seemed, had shifted its focus to finding another entry point. The taps were like morbid percussion, creating a suspenseful symphony of dread. Each tap felt like a sinister whisper, the creature methodically exploring every inch of the lodge in its pursuit. Shadows danced across the window as it sought a vulnerability to exploit. The once welcoming lodge now felt like a fortress under siege, its very foundation tested by an otherworldly force. The tapping crescendoed into a nerve-wracking rhythm, intensifying the suspense. I stood paralyzed, caught in the heart-pounding climax of the surreal encounter. The night at Mount Lornite's lodge had evolved into a harrowing struggle, with the creature's relentless pursuit echoing in the haunting symphony of the mountain's mysteries. As the creature relentlessly battered against the cabin door, a haunting familiarity swept over me, transporting my thoughts to a chilling incident from my past. Years ago, I had been caught in a fierce current while swimming too close to a dam. The force was relentless, pulling me under with an unforgiving grip. In those harrowing moments, I felt the icy embrace of imminent doom, the realization sinking in that there was nothing I could do but wait for the inevitable. Miraculously, I managed to break free just before the current dragged me into the dam's abyss. That brush with mortality left an indelible mark, a visceral understanding of the helplessness that arises when confronted by forces beyond control. It was a moment when the fight-or-flight response faltered, and the stark reality of one's vulnerability took center stage. Now, on the lodge's balcony, as the grotesque creature relentlessly tried to find a way in with brute force, the same sense of impending doom resurfaced. The cabin, my supposed refuge, felt like a sinking vessel in a stormy sea. Each impact of the creature's assault echoing the relentless pull of that dam's current. Helplessly gripping the balcony railing, the feeling of impending doom intensified. The creature's unrelenting determination mirrored the inexorable force of the dam's current. Flight or fight realized its futility, and the cold grip of vulnerability settled in, much like that moment when I was caught in the merciless current. As the creature abruptly fell silent, the lodge became a crucible of anticipation. The tapping on the windows, reminiscent of that fateful current's pull, evoked a chilling déjà vu. In those suspenseful seconds, I stood paralyzed, entwined with the echoes of past helplessness, bracing for the unknown as the creature sought entry. The night at Mount Lornite's lodge had become a surreal tapestry where past and present converged in a symphony of vulnerability and dread. A split-second decision made my jump off the balcony, and I bolted for the skis. The creature realized what I had done and screeched after me. As I descended the mountain, the enraged creature pursued me with relentless fury. Its mutated form now oozed grotesque tendrils, and its elongated limbs resembled twisted vines. The once molten eyes now glowed with a sickly radiance, casting a haunting glow over the night. Navigating treacherous trails and hurtling over snow-covered crevices, the creature closed in with a ghastly speed. Each step it took left a trail of mutated ooze-like substance in the snow, painting a nightmare picture of its relentless pursuit. Realizing the imminent danger, I accelerated towards the cliff edge. The creature's screeches intensified, echoing through the mountainous landscape as it closed the gap. Just as its razor-sharp claws slashed at my calf, I slammed my ski poles into the ground with a desperate force. The abrupt stop sent me hurtling forwards, my legs dangling over the cliff's edge. The creature, unable to halt its momentum, barreled off the cliff with a gut-wrenching screech. Time seemed to slow as the night air filled with the grotesque symphony of the creature's demise. The fall was a descent into nightmarish finality. The creature, impaled on a shard rock at the cliff's base, writhed in agony. Its tendrils flailed wildly, leaving a gruesome trail of mutated substance in the snow. The screeches, now distorted and gurgling, filled the air until the mountain fell silent once more. As I caught my breath, the eerie glow from the creature's eyes dimmed, and the mountain embraced a tranquil stillness. The gory tableau at the cliff's base stood as a testament to the night's surreal horrors. The once vibrant trails and snow-covered crevices bore witness to a harrowing chase, concluding in the chilling silence that followed the creature's final, gory descent into oblivion. Limping back to the lodge, my adrenaline-fueled escape left me in desperate need of medical attention. The once cozy refuge had transformed into a scene of chaos, marked by the aftermath of the creature's rampage. Lodge staff, shaken and bewildered, rushed to assist me, offering the care I desperately needed. As dawn painted the horizon with hues of orange and pink, a surreal turn of events unfolded. Armored vehicles rolled up to the lodge, each marked with the insignia of a black hawk clutching a globe. Men in tactical gear disembarked, a formidable presence against the serene mountain backdrop. The air buzzed with an air of secrecy as they approached, their movements precise and purposeful. They presented a non-disclosure agreement, demanding my signature in exchange for their intervention and aid. The document bore the acronym CSO and showcased a logo depicting a black hawk gripping the earth in its talons. The clandestine nature of the encounter unfolded as I signed the NDA, sealing my silence about the night's bizarre events. The men, presumably from the covert organization represented by the CSO, efficiently coordinated with the lodge staff. They examined the aftermath, collecting samples and analyzing the mutated residue left by the creature. Their movement spoke of a well-practiced routine, as if such incidents were not as uncommon as one might believe. As the sun fully emerged, the armored vehicles departed as swiftly as they arrived, leaving the lodge in an eerie calm. The mountain, now bathed in the warm glow of morning, seemed to conceal the secrets of the night's encounter. The events of that harrowing night remained a closely guarded secret, locked behind the signed NDA and the enigmatic logo of the CSO. The lodge, once a sanctuary, now bore witness to the convergence of nature's mysteries and the clandestine operations of an organization that navigated the thin line between reality and the supernatural. The drive down the mountain was a journey through the aftermath of a surreal night. The peacefulness of the winding roads provided a stark contrast to the chaos that had unfolded just hours earlier. The first light of dawn painted the snow-covered landscape in a soft glow, casting an ethereal aura over the mountain. However, as the road neared the cliff's base, where the creature met its grisly demise, a profound unease settled in. The armored vehicles had left no trace, but the spot where the creature had landed was frozen in time. The mutated residue, a grotesque testament to the creature's violent end, marred the pristine snow. The visage and ooze had left an indelible mark, a chilling reminder of the unearthly encounter. A shiver ran down my spine as the road offered a close-up view of the remnants. The creature, once a nightmarish force, was no longer present, yet its essence lingered in the eerie silence. The frozen imprints and shadows in the snow hinted at the grotesque finale that had transpired just hours earlier. Caught in the grip of an uncanny chill, I noticed the creature's shadow seemingly slinking into the woods of Mount Lornite. Dismissing it as a trick of the mind, I continued the descent, my gaze fixed on the road ahead. The rational part of my mind attributed the fleeting image to fatigue and the lingering effects of a night filled with horrors and creatures of myth. As I drove from the mountain's embrace, the rising sun painted the sky in hues of orange and gold. The tranquility of the morning seemed to wash away the night's ordeal. The creature, the CSO, and the enigmatic events on Mount Lornite faded into the rearview mirror, leaving behind a lingering sense of mystery and the profound realization that some secrets were best left undisturbed in the shadows of the unknown. Signing off for now. Until next time. M. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to this narration. I just wanted to give a quick thank you to all of my patrons who are subscribed over at my Patreon. We have a great big thank you from me to you, Alonzo, Kozak, Icy Narrates, Jesse Hartley, Andreas Anderson London, and Geek Sanctuary. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. If you would like to support too, just check out the links in my description. And thank you again for listening. I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.